Hello, everybody, and welcome to another wonderful episode of Pretty Fly for a Senpai. My name is Time Muffin. Next, you're going to say, I'm Shark Wellington.
I'm Shark Wellington. And now you're going to say, I'm Hero 19X.
I am Hero 19X. How'd you know I was going to say that? Wow. I bet Time Muffin's going to say what anime we're watched.
What anime we're watching is... Oh! Watch part 2 of JoJo. Predicting the future.
I really loved that bit. It was so stupid.
I love stupid bits.
It was so stupid. I loved it.
It really fit the tone of this whole part, which was like the trickery arc. Like every fight, he was like quoting Sun Tzu and saying, "Oh, I expected you to expect that, so
I knew that you would know that I would know that you would do that, so."
It's like they would do something and like set it off, and he'd just be like, "All right, you've lost. Now I'll tell you how you lost." Next 3 minutes, I tied all the strings together.
The strings, Jesus Christ!
How on earth did he tie all those strings together?
He used his psychic string tying powers. He has those.
Another ability of Harmone.
Harmone.
Harmone 5th edition. Harmone E.
Oh, shit. That's a next level pun. Top tier pun. Not quite as good as Lisa as a reference, but boy.
So I heard that Time Muffin has opinions.
Oh, I have opinions.
Oh, boy.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna just drop the controversial. I mean, here's my controversial opinion. I liked part 1 more than this, and Hero's making a face.
I don't know how.
Yeah.
I don't know how or why. I'm very interested to hear your opinions.
Here, I'm gonna do it as succinctly as I can,
Okay.
and then we can move on because Nazis. Okay, we're there.
Yeah.
The Nazis are a bad look. Didn't need to be done. Could have said it 20 years before when it took place, and then it could have been not Nazis.
Agree.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of with there being Nazis as protagonists. That
yeah, you're right.
the whole theme of the whole show is it don't matter if you did good or bad, but if you lived by your code, you are a good person.
Oh.
Especially applying that to the Nazis. Not a big fan of that. Also, near the end, when the narrator started going a little too... There was a lot of narration for the last, 3 episodes.
Mm.
The dude was like, JoJo used the wall fucking crevice to knock the ball back at him.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Or, it didn't, get explained by the characters. Up to that point,
Mm-hmm.
it was, JoJo explaining what he did. And then for the last 2 episodes, it was the weird narrator guy saying, and then as the hot beam of Hamon shot into the volcano, it caused the volcano to feel such a power it had never felt before, causing it to erupt and launching a rock into outer space.
It did feel a little bit sort of reminiscent of those Saturday morning superhero shows where it's they just tell you the story as the character just kind of does generic movements in the foreground.
I think that my feelings started during the Caesar and Wamu fight when it kind of just felt like, when you're a kid and you play fighting and you have you're doing fake superhero battles and you go, well, I use my lightning bolt against you, and then your friend goes, well, nuh-uh, I had I had this thing that makes me immune to lightning bolt. And then I comes and I go, nuh-uh, I have this thing that makes your lightning bolt immunity not work anymore. And he goes, okay, well, if that's the case, then I'm gonna, it felt like a large series of, nuh-uh, I counter you.
Mm-hmm.
And then it goes back to the other guy, and then, nuh-uh, I counter you back.
I do agree that was a little bit frustrating. A lot of the combat did feel kind of like a lot of one-upping. I did also kind of feel that way with the first fight where like it lasted into the cart, and it was just kind of like with the headband countering Bubbles specifically. Of all things, okay. Like
the Bubbles wailed though. I forget about the Bubbles.
All right, no, okay, that's another thing for me. I felt like the weapons were super lame. Like he had clacky balls.
Yeah, clacky balls.
These big old metal clackers.
I don't know. I don't know. Clackers are lame. Bubbles are lame. I said it.
Breaking Heroes heart over here.
Dude, the Bubbles are dope.
I'm too cool for Bubbles, okay? I'm a big kid.
Too cool for Bubbles.
I've moved on to skateboards.
Oh, no. Oh, I'm ready for that road rash. Hit me with it. Bubbles are there's not enough danger in these bubbles. Unless you spin them at a high rate of speed and they cut flesh.
Do you feel like eating a meal though, having all that soap all over his hands is gotta be rough? I mean, like he could wash his hands right before though. You know, he just like wipes them all over themselves and runs some water, but also soapy hands all over your food.
He would never be clean. You'd always have soap.
He'd never be truly. It's like the biggest twist is he's never clean because there's always soap on him.
Man.
Oh, wow. That's just cruel.
That's a good philosophical question. You could be really good at fighting, but your food never doesn't taste like soap. Never tastes like the food it's supposed to taste like. Would you push the button, live your normal life, or you have bubble powers, but your food always tastes like soap?
But your whole entire house just has a slight layer of soap on all the doorknobs and all the faucets.
This is awful.
I do want to circle back a little bit, I guess, to like the Nazis. as fun of a transition as that is. But I did kind of agree, Time Muffin, that it felt especially odd that they gave Stroheim a break just because he was a necessary ally.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even get the vibe that he was doing what he did out of goodness. It was just, like survival. Like, hey, we got to handle this first, and then we'll go on murdering.
And then we'll go on and do the thing. So,
yeah, then we'll go on and do it.
Like, and speaking of which, it said that he died in 1943. Which is most assuredly after the Final Solution began.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
at latest, it started in 1942, and he was a top official, so he knew what was going on and happily died for it.
Oh.
So,
yeah. There was a thing that what was it? Because I think that episode 25, they had a little date at the start of it. And I think it was in 1938, like November of 1938.
Mm.
Yeah, so Kristallnacht took place in November of 1938 also.
While this was going on,
yeah.
Dang.
So,
I mean, yeah, and you're also right that it doesn't even feel like it was necessary for it to be Germans specific Nazis specifically, you know,
Mhm.
like there wasn't something gained by it. Stroheim himself, I feel like he should have just died with the grenade.
Yeah,
I feel like that would have been fine.
100%.
100%.
If that would have happened, it would have been totally fine. Then they could just have some other, like, yes, him coming back as a robot is pretty wild, but the whole, like, that's why the theme that I was talking about, where it's like, even if you do bad things, if you follow your code, you're a good person. Like, he is the through line. He is the thematic. This Nazi general, high-ranking military personnel in the Nazi army, is the thematic through line through the whole season, through the whole part. And that's where a large portion of my issues come from.
Mm-hmm.
Also, there are Italian fascists in the show as well, but we can ignore that. You can just go move past that.
Which part was that?
Oh, Caesar, he says because he's you know, because Italy is allies with the German forces. So because Caesar has connections to diplomatic folk in the Italian fascist government, I'm just counting Caesar as.
Oh no. Oh. I didn't need to make that connection. Caesar, why?
Why?
Caesar.
I mean, it does occur to me that this coming out of Japan, I don't necessarily know how the views of World War II are in Japan, but I must imagine they are a little different from their perspective. So yeah, it is just kind of weird. It feels, and the omission really feels off because they left in SS symbols on their caps, and they have what I think in a couple places, like, I don't know if there was like maybe on the plane there was like an Axis symbol on there or something, but it was very strange for them to just repeatedly be saying German soldiers.
Yeah, they did say German soldiers or the German military a lot.
Mm-hmm. It almost felt kind of forced. It was like, we have a singular word for that.
for German soldiers in this time period. I mean, that's the thing. What they could have done is they could have had it. That's why, I don't know. It's why it feels too intentional. Like, we got to have Nazis in here in order for this theme to make sense. But I don't know. If they put it 20 years earlier, if they put it in World War I. Oh no, we're fighting over large tracts of land. You know,
and that is, I am a little sad that they just skipped right over World War I, because
that'd been kind of wild.
Yeah.
World War II is the big juicy entertainment war. Like, they don't make as many movies / video games about World War I.
See, it's so easy to make a movie and entertainment media about a conflict where there was very clearly a bad guy.
That is true.
That's true.
Like, World War I just sucked. It was everybody just hanging out in trenches and waiting to die, or like either like festering wounds
getting
or
mustard gassed and stabbed with their triangle knives that are now outlawed.
Yeah, trench foot, literally from sitting in trenches. God. Yeah.
I got a coworker who we have nicknamed Trenchfoot because he didn't take a shower for a couple weeks, and then his foot got all gnarly, and then he got work comp.
That's he got work comp? What the hell?
Speaking of work comp, Cars probably needs work comp after he fell off that ravine and bounced around the bottom like a pinball. I'm trying to get away from the Nazis here.
Another thing that they did a few times that kind of got under my skin was that they really had an emphasis on countdowns, I want to say.
Oh, they did.
Like the countdowns of the rings, and when they were falling, the narrator says he has 5 seconds until impact. It's like, okay, so we're gonna be here about 5 minutes then, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think it was like a solid like couple minutes that they were like falling down that ravine.
Yo, the first time I noticed that was when Wamu cut JoJo's arm and was like, "You have 60 seconds to fight me,
yes,
before you will start to faint." And then I looked at the timer in the episode, and it was like it was halfway through or so, and it made it all the way to the end of the episode.
Yeah,
it's like
in that time, he crawled to the mine cart and sat in the mine cart for a few minutes and fell off the mine cart and laid on the ground. Like, he never bandaged that up. They never fixed that.
Used his breathing technique.
Coagulated.
His breathing
coagulated
technique.
So good. Had some stipdick.
Some what?
Stipdick. It's
that
thing you use when you like cut yourself shaving. It like coagulates your blood.
I misheard.
I've never even heard of this. That's why I was like, what?
No, not that.
No.
Time kind of moved strangely in a few different places.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it really did. It felt odd. What was hard left turn? Sorry, squirrel. Which was your favorite Pillar Man?
My favorite pillar person.
Pillar person, yes.
I hate Cars.
Cars is a real dingus.
Cars sucks.
And he has the stupidest name.
His whole thing was just like, I cheat. That's my thing. I'm like, that's not fun. Yeah. I hate that.
I cheat. It's kind of my thing. I love it.
I think I would say I liked SCDC the most. He was cool.
SCDC was pretty dope.
Wamu had a fun fight though. The chariot thing.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, because Wamu, like, out of all the Pillar Men, he like had like a warrior the warrior set, not warrior sense, but warrior right or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Where he wasn't really a bad guy, but he's a bad guy.
Actually, I think I will change it to Wamu, because I just remembered about that whole thing with like the brain, and how he's like, I'm gonna stay in this body and keep you here. That was kind of rude.
AC/DC did fucking possess Susie Q a little bit. He did
yeah,
a little
you're
possession.
Right. He possessed Susie Q.
He did a little possession. Shit.
My shoulders feel kind of. My shoulders.
I cannot. I mean, he is so large, he can't reach it. Have you seen the clip of the guy who gets big and beefy, and he got the piece of tape stuck to his back?
Yeah.
He just can't reach it. That must be what happened to JoJo.
He didn't feel like a little bit slimy back there, though? Like a warm spot, a little bit of brain matter dribbling down your shirt?
Oh.
Gotta feel weird. Like, I wouldn't be like, my shoulders are out of whack. I'd be like, oh, there's like something licking me. Like, oh, that's just a brain. That's just an entire brain.
Just an entire brain. Don't worry about it. Oh, I like Joseph way more than Jonathan. Joseph Wales. He is kind of an idiot still. He's not as big of a dummy as Jonathan, but at least Joseph is pretending to be a dummy for the most part.
I think it's much more interesting that he like Joseph is very much, and I think they say it in the show too, that he is very much a sort of anti-Jonathan. He is not at all the prissy gentleman, and he does have personal struggles, which was what I felt was kind of missing from part one, was just Jonathan. His only problem is I can't punch hard enough. I got to punch harder. But
Joseph's out here fighting super aliens, fucking shooting fucking wind out of their chests with these fucking tubes.
And like he runs away, which
move.
I don't know, which feels very strange to see in a show like this, where he's just and it usually ends up just being, I need to get the bad guy away from the other people.
Mm-hmm. It's a good move, though.
Yeah, I do always love the build-up, though, because I know that it's coming. He's like, I have one last trick up my sleeve. What's that, Joseph? We're going to leg it, Smokey.
So good.
Dude, the first time I was so cracked. Like, the restaurant fight was such a way to hit it off. I don't know if I agree with Straitso just being a villain kind of out of nowhere.
Yeah, it was like off rip.
That felt a bit weird.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of made me sad because now it's going to be kind of tarnished in the chapter in the first part. You know, him being there, it's like, oh, well, you know, like he just kind of decided he just went crazy because
he just didn't want to die. He wanted to stay alive forever. You know?
Yeah, like Lisa said something like, she was raised by Straitso.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I think she kind of described it as he slowly succumbed to the madness of mortality or something.
Mm-hmm.
Weird like that. But I don't know if I agree with Straitso being the character to do that. Like the restaurant fight was so fun, and like it was like the first taste of just how ridiculous it was gonna get. Just like he's got a Tommy gun just somewhere,
He just pulls it out of nowhere.
Yeah,
just whips it out. Even Smokey asked a question but never receives an answer. He's like, "Where do you even have that gun?"
Yeah, and we get that first sort of multi-layered trick of him going, "I put a grenade on your scarf. Actually, that grenade is tied to 10 more grenades. Gotcha. I stapled them onto your scarf when you weren't looking." I don't know what they were attached with.
They're attached with hamon.
Yeah, I was about to.
Oh, it's sticky hamon grenades.
Sticky hamon.
Yeah,
I mean,
yo, hamon grenades. Why don't they just use like hamon grenades?
Whoa.
What if you could put the hamon into some kind of vessel?
Like a grenade.
Like a big old battery.
Yeah. Like a big old battery.
And then you throw it at your enemies and go cap the flag.
Oh, geez. God.
Oh, God.
Oh, you're talking
We've been
about...
playing a lot of Halo.
We've been
playing
a lot of Halo.
A lot of Halo.
Oh, it's so fun, though.
It was cool that it really felt like they expanded on the idea of hamon in this part. It was just kind of this weird, mystic, magical thing in part one. But in this one, they've got this sort of idea of magnetism and positive or like attracting and repelling hamon. And like apparently you can either stick to something or repel it away from you, depending on how you use it. So that was cool. It was also cool seeing Joseph learn to understand that in like the training episode. Like I personally... So I don't think people like the training episode. I liked it. I thought it was good.
I thought it was good.
I mean, I don't know. Like I have a friend who watched JoJo some time back, and I remember him saying that like people like to just sort of abridge that training bit because they don't care for it as much.
I can see it did go for quite a while. It was a multi-episode joint where they were climbing up the wall.
Yeah.
So I guess I could understand that, but I thought it served a purpose. It helped, you know. I think it's necessary.
Yeah.
Because if he just comes back from the montage and is like, "Oh, by the way, I'm the super duper powered now," even though they kind of do that right after, which is fine because you can see the principles upon which the power was built.
I do feel though with how quickly they skimmed through all that, we didn't get a feel for their relationship with their instructors, Logs and Meshina. They're just kind of there, and I never really felt a connection to them.
Yeah. Did we see them do anything? I don't think we did.
We saw one of them. I mean, not really. We didn't really see them do anything other than I mean, one of them died at the end.
Yeah.
But that's really...
Oh, did he end up dying?
What's his name? Yeah, AC/DC killed
Yeah.
one of them, but that's about...
Oh, I thought you were talking about the one that lost his arm. Because I think he was fine.
Yeah, you're right. There was one that lived.
He was at Joseph's funeral. That was kind of incredible.
I love that Susie Q's just as dumb and doofy as Joseph is. It's pretty good. They're perfect for each other.
It really kind of brought it full circle, like that the ending was one last unexpected trick. One last
so good.
little
Like
twist. Like
the best part is that he tried to tell them. He tried to tell them that he was alive and she just didn't send the letter. Like God. So good.
I forgot. What's my name doing on that headstone? Jeez. Like I kind of thought it was gonna be setting up a precedent. I thought it was maybe gonna be like sort of like the Zeppeli family and the Joestar family, just sort of, they always keep coming back to each other and going on adventures that get them both killed each generation. But I guess it's not quite like that.
They're all just cursed forever. These cursed families.
Yeah. I mean, it sure seemed like that was what was going to happen, because they both were like, yep, my grandpa died to this and my dad died to this, and now I'm fighting it. I hope I'm going to be okay.
Caesar was just cool with it at one point. He's just like, yep, I'm going to have to do what my grandpappy did.
Mm-hmm.
Transfer my power over to the Joestar guy who gets all the credit, and then everyone forgets about poor Caesar. Which, by the way,
I did like Caesar, though.
Caesar was pretty dope.
Was good.
Caesar's voice actor was, I was flipping back and forth between the sub and the dub. The English voice actor is the same guy who voices Inosuke and Eren Yeager.
No.
And you can tell, like, so if you guys did you guys watch the dub at all, or was it all sub?
No, I was only sub.
When I watched through JoJo the first time, I did sub, but this time I've been watching it through dub so I can see the differences.
Yo, part 2 was campy as hell in the dub. Like,
Yeah.
Joseph having this really bad British accent that's not really British, but
Yeah.
he's just loudly talking, and Caesar, the pseudo Italian accent. It was so campy.
I don't know how to feel about it.
Joseph doesn't strike me as somebody who has an English accent.
Yo,
like,
he's...
I guess because I only heard him talking in Japanese. But
they talk about how British he is, and and because they bring up nationality a lot in this. Like, Stroheim's voice sounded like a really bad Arnold Schwarzenegger impression.
Oh man! Now I got to go back and watch it a second time. Oh, I gotta see that.
It is exactly what you think it is. Whatever you're imagining right now as a bad Arnold Schwarzenegger impression, it is exactly that.
I remember, like, when they were first resurrecting Santana. He like comes up behind Speedwagon's wheelchair. He's like, "Oh, Speed, wow, gone," and like just the delivery really struck me on that. You both look like you're looking something up.
Sorry, one sec. I'm pulling up Stroheim.
Oh, you're trying to find a video.
There it is. You can listen to that fat Stroheim.
Yo, this is straight Saturday morning Beyblade quality here.
That's the whole thing. That's all of the voice acting in the dub.
Like,
That's all it is.
That is so crazy how much it changes the experience, because seriously, I'm thinking like this is a scene out of like Yu-Gi-Oh or something.
I know, it's so bad. I'm sure that is how they were told to say the line, say the words like this.
Yeah.
More like Arnold, please. More like Arnold.
Could you do a little more Arnold?
Oh yeah, no, that take was great. Just need a little more Arnold. Is more Arnold?
Just more.
Can you give me anything else? Like anything else? Just more.
Just
more.
Arnold.
Just more Arnold. Go again. Go again.
Do you need to hear a reference?
Hold on, let me go pull up Conan. I'll be right back.
Just more Arnold, please. Can we turn up the Arnold in post?
Hold on, I got the Arnold slider right here. Hold on, we'll work with that. We can fix it.
It just makes noises.
He does make those noises near the end. Oh no! When it's full robot, when it's full metal Stroheim, and I think when he gets cut in half, he makes the noise.
Dude got cut in half so many times.
God, it couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
Can it happen to a better Nazi? I tell you.
God.
His like body got blown off, and then his robot body got chopped in half, and then it got chopped in half again, and then he went and died in the war.
Man, they put a lot of resources into bringing him back from the dead, essentially.
Yeah, what makes him so valuable? What did he do?
At what point do you just give the guy a purple heart, iron, whatever the injury medal is, and just send him on his way? Like, my goodness.
The third time he shows up on their table, the doctor's just like, this guy again?
God
We
damn
just
it.
fixed him last week.
At least there's no blood this time. It's just oil.
Yeah.
Just-
I wish they had leaned a little more into that sort of Wolfenstein mystical Nazi thing they did. I really got Wolfenstein vibes.
100%.
So it would have been interesting if they had, like, I don't know, an additional sort of mystic thing, because they're like a mystic organization and we only ever interact with the pillar people. But it would be cool if they were like, and also we brought some mummies back to life.
Yeah.
Because we figured out how to do that with some electricity.
I'm here for it. Bring back mummies.
That'd be cool.
Oh,
We're trying to study this tome, but whenever someone starts reading it, their eyes bleed and we can't get them to tell us what's on the page.
I need
They
that.
they just beg us to end it all.
Oh no.
Talk about fountains of fire and flame and blood and the end of everything.
I need that in my life. Give it to me.
I'm telling you guys, this restaurant has the best, most inkiest pasta you've ever tasted in your whole life.
Oh boy,
the bathroom is over that way.
Oh
Seems like a weird thing to mention offhand,
yeah.
but I'm gonna try some of this squid ink spaghetti.
Sure.
You'll know why later.
Oh, so
I'm glad. I feel assured. I feel reassured. Just like I feel reassured when I'm wearing my Pretty Fly for a Senpai hoodie, just coddled it with comfort and warmth.
Perfect.
The one that I picked up over at www.prettyflyforasenpai.com.
Telling you what, you're gonna need a new one after this.
Oh,
Good thing they're so affordable. Probably.
Jesus fucking
they're
Christ.
so affordable.
Buy 5 of them in black next time.
Yeah, in black.
I can do that.
You're gonna want them in black if we're coming back here.
The service here is so good. Do they accept tipping here in fascist Italy?
Oh
Oh no!
I mean,
No, that's okay.
Is that a segue?
Does
or
the
just
boss?
a random
Do they have a
question?
Patreon that I could perhaps contribute to?
I mean,
I mean, we have a Patreon
We
Oh
do.
dang!
over at www.patreon.com/
Pretty Fly for a Senpai.
Oh, is it pre-fly for a senpai? Just
Yes, patreon.com/prettyfly for a senpai.
Wow.
Wow.
patreon.com/ /pretty fly for a senpai.
Wow, there's so many benefits.
Yeah, we got like tiers and stuff, and we just dropped a commentary track for Dragon Ball Evolution. It is the only way that you could possibly have fun watching that movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had a good time watching that movie with
I'm
y'all.
happy you did.
Yeah, it was definitely fun riffing. I had a great time. If you're not convinced, at least turn on the first couple of minutes and give it a shot. I'm telling you. Great time, like chilling with your buddies.
Yeah, it's the only way to watch Dragon Ball Evolution. Otherwise, I would never watched it.
Oh man, that squid ink pasta was so good. I'm eating this delicious. I'm ordering some cheesecake. You guys want any more dairy products?
Oh my god! No, I definitely do not want any dairy products at this moment in time.
Well, then I'm gonna have to eat this whole cheesecake by myself, and we can't.
Do any of these cheesecakes come with squid ink drizzled on them?
No.
Why would you describe it that way?
Yeah, I mean, they make it seem like they're gonna take a squid and just milk it onto the cheesecake.
Oh, dude, the waiter is just carrying around a squid, and they're
oh my god,
just wringing that squid dry.
Put him on like a juicer and bring it out. Anyways, I want to tell other people about this wonderful restaurant experience we're having.
Just like the waiter with the squid, he's squirting the ink everywhere. You want to do that, but with this podcast.
He's enjoying himself.
Yo, I'm going to go tell all the Discord friends in the Pre-Fly for Senpai Discord.
Wow, it's like they're awesome people and they're talking about anime and games and everything.
They are.
And these memes.
No, these memes are fresh. They're hot off the presses.
They are pretty fresh.
There's one about Krillin and Android number.
I laughed.
We got Columbo talking about Death Note. I liked that. A Shinigami, huh? My wife knows all about Doge.
Columbo is underrated. Okay, I just want to.
Columbo's really good. I like Columbo.
Out of bit. This is Columbo is legit underrated. It is one of the best 70s, cop procedural shows in the world. It's so good. One other thing. No, that was it. That was the Columbo reference.
Oh, one other thing. Okay,
don't worry about it. You know.
No, we're just a bunch of friends eating pasta and cheesecake and talking about Columbo in between anime.
Oh, I gotta go. Time for me to go wash my hands. Good thing I have this supply of soap at any given time on my body.
Oh, thank God.
Could I get some of that? Also, you might want to like turn on a fan in there. It's really inky, if you know what I'm saying.
I don't, but here you go. Here's some soap for you.
I'm just gonna rub my hands on you just so I get some soap.
I'm just gonna shake your hand.
Just gonna give you some bubbles.
Gonna give you a strong old handshake. Ooh, that's a slippery handshake. My hand is just sliding right through all your fingers. Or just like, oh, this is almost a sensual experience. Thank you for the soap.
I appreciate the sensual experience, Shark. Excuse me, I'm going to go wash my hands from all this inky pasta and the emotional shame from that sensual experience. What are your guys' thoughts on the chasing after the stone as a MacGuffin?
It got a little bit old. Because like all the fights for a little bit were just like back and forth, mine.
Yeah.
Tug of war kind of thing. I don't quite feel like it made sense for Cars to just leave. Like after he fell down the cliff, he's just like, okay, I guess I'm done here. It's like, dude,
my job is done.
You're right though.
Just go jump up and swat him off of those icicles. I know you could if the writer wanted you to be able to.
Yeah. I mean, maybe because he bounced around like a pinball for so long at the bottom of that ravine. See, that was a moment that, like, I think another one of my potential issues is just the pacing of it with all the narration. Because the first one there was the narration, but it still felt tight. Whereas in part 2, there was a lot of narration and it fell into that shonen trope of, you know, oh no, the cannonball is coming towards me. What am I going to do? And then it cuts to the other characters on the sidelines going, oh no, the cannonball is going towards him. What is he going to do? Then you cut to another side character and they say kind of the same thing. And that was like a weird whiplash for me because I love the wild shit in JoJo. It just feels like, so we just went through that with the you know, the characters are all, you know, like, oh no, JoJo's running towards this cliff. How's he going to get the stone from Cars? And then he does the thing, they fall, and everybody explains how he was able to do it. And then Cars falls to the bottom, and then he bounces around like a fucking pinball for like 10 seconds at the bottom of this cliff. And it just was such severe whiplash for me tonally. And I was like, oh, fuck. Okay, sure. I forgot. We're watching JoJo. This isn't like Dragon Ball Z. We already watched that. That was into Dragon Ball Evolution. We watched Dragon Ball.
Heck yeah.
So I know Hero's not here.
On our Patreon.
Hero got up. Yeah, Patreon. It's for free. Go over there. Listen to it. It's a commentary track. Anyway, shameless self-promotion mid episode.
But yeah, I do agree with you. There were a few times where something very fast was happening, and yet the characters had time to take like 10 seconds to talk to themselves and say, I see. So JoJo is kicking the snow to stop himself from falling off of the cliff and also to grab the amulet that is in the air from Cars, who is floating while I'm saying all of this.
Yeah. And they have enough time to quit back and forth as they're falling off the cliff.
Long 5 seconds.
Yeah. And it's just, I don't know. The pacing felt different. It felt not great. And that's another reason why I feel the way I feel.
I will agree that it did kind of feel like it hitched a few times. Like they could have maybe removed a couple episodes worth of content and not really lost anything.
I feel like if all the fights were like a similar length to part 1, where they were relatively short. Like there were a couple that went multiple episodes, but it was mostly like Dio fights, which I'm fine with the like AC/DC, Wamu, and Cars fights going multiple episodes. I don't think Cars deserved 5 episodes at the end, but I know he's the big bad. But for how they ended up killing him, I don't think I feel like it was grandiose enough to warrant that many episodes.
Yeah, they were just like, we can't kill him, just chuck him.
Yeah, just chuck him into space where he will just die of loneliness.
Yo, like, no, he never died. His brain died, I guess. He just stopped thinking.
Well, he just froze into space.
He couldn't do anything.
Yeah, doomed to just be super bored. I wish he had a Game Boy or something in space. Dude, that would suck so hard to be immortal and like just floating in space, though. I would be so bored.
He got launched before the Game Boy was invented.
Like, I wonder how long I'd last before I start like chopping off my fingers and using them to play solitaire.
Oh God! I gotta have something to do.
Solitaire.
No. I'm sorry.
Cards for that.
Oh, where am I gonna get 52 total cards?
Oh no, 52 fingers.
Maybe each knuckle is a card.
I'm gonna need to take off my socks.
Oh God,
no!
Not the toes.
Oh no! I feel like if all of the fights, like with the Suzy Q AC/DC, hybrid, because I feel like that it wasn't really a fight, but it was like wild and crazy, and it didn't take too long because nobody understood what the fuck they were looking at. So there wasn't all these weird explanations about what was happening. So
right,
it took like half an episode. Like if a lot of the smaller fights took like half an episode, perfect. Like I get WAMU, AC/DC, and Cars getting more longer fights, but I don't know, when they first meet the pillar people and and the Caesar versus WAMU fight went on for, just that whole sequence went on maybe a little bit longer than it needed to, for them to go, oh, JoJo is the threat. He uses hormone energy. They could have handled that in like an episode. They didn't need to spend 3 episodes on that.
It's kind of funny how they just sort of stopped doing the this people eating skin thing.
Yeah, like that was an integral part of their powers in like the first 3 episodes. Like Santana was like, yo, I'm gonna eat all the people. All these people, I'm eating them. They're mine.
I'm eating the whole I'm eating the whole world. I've been asleep for a long time. I'm hungry.
Yeah. And then it comes up to like WAMU just straight up walks through that man. Just straight up walks through him.
Straight up.
And then
doesn't even notice either.
Stick of butter.
Yeah. Stick of butter. Hot iron.
Slices through him. It's like those YouTube. We superheated this knife to 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit and sliced through my face.
Oh, beautiful. Wow, is that you? I didn't know you had a YouTube channel.
Gone wrong.
Are you appeasing the algorithm, WAMU? WAMU.
Tune in next week when we flatten a whole lot of Nazi skulls and just deflate them like a balloon.
Oh,
that was different too.
He did do that. That he did eat those people too, and then that was the last time that they ate.
He slurped them like a straw.
Yeah,
like through their arms.
Like why did they stop doing that? Seems like a really easy way to win like any fight that you're in. It seems like a trump card. Maybe it's for the best.
He got nerfed.
Yeah. I don't think I would have liked that if it didn't work. It wouldn't work on JoJo anyways because of the hormone. So
true.
They probably figured, well, it's not going to work. Let's just not even bother using it.
I suppose it wouldn't work on Stroheim either, since he doesn't have a whole lot of flesh left in him.
Crunchy metal. For my cellular mouths.
Oh God.
Like that bit where like JoJo is pretending to be unconscious and he gets like sucked in half of his face.
It's so good.
Yo,
that was
really good.
How do you think that felt? Do you think it felt like his face was like digesting, or do you feel like it was being chewed on, or getting softer?
Okay, are we gonna need to start a time to vor? Like
I guess. Yeah. Welcome to the Vor Hour.
Oh my gosh.
That's a good. Obviously, I guess he didn't dissolve because he popped back out and he was just as spry as ever.
Yo, good thing that he was eating slowly for JoJo specifically, because everybody else was just like swoop.
Well, he wants to preserve his snack because JoJo's a snack.
JoJo do be a snack though. He do be a snack.
Yo, can we like take a sidebar that the fashion was like real good? I liked it.
The fashion was real good.
The fashion is real good. I'm looking forward to more good fashion.
I really liked the scarves. Like there was some emphasis on scarves this part, and I don't know.
Oh, I gotta show you something now. Oh, keep talking.
Oh. But like there was an emphasis on scarves, and I really liked like the intro. I couldn't get myself to skip it. It was so good and so fluid and just bouncy.
It was
and
good.
It was a catchy tune.
Do you prefer this or part 1?
I liked part 2.
I got Joseph's scar.
Nice.
Yo.
Nice.
Look at that.
Love it. It's such a simple design too. You know?
So
like
good.
I don't know if they ever wore the scarves that they were wearing in the intro. I was looking out for it, but I don't think they wore those checkered scarves. But I did really like it. And they were like, and it like rotates and they're like, wah, wah, doing kicks, jump kicks. I loved it.
It was so colorful.
Yes. There was so much more emphasis on color this time.
Yep.
And like just sort of style in general. Not that the first part didn't have style, but it wasn't as distinct as this part.
Yeah.
There was a lot of like, for emphasis, the color would go really strange. And I swear, like when they were falling down the cliff, JoJo's hair looked blonde. And I was real confused why that was. So there were a few times the color was also a little weird.
Feels like they put kind of the sickly purple green nausea filter on some of the scenes.
Yeah.
Yay! Yeah. It's good shit. Yeah, I liked the weird family drama shit.
That was interesting, yeah.
Like they're like, oh, by the way, it answered my question though from the first one that she did have a child, and also
right.
that Lisa was the baby on the ship that she saved. So it's like, okay, the baby on the ship was raised by Straizo, and then she had a kid, which she also named JoJo, who got no powers, but still got eaten by
a zombie or a vampire?
A zombie that was an officer in the Royal Air Force.
And nobody noticed.
Nobody noticed. It's fine.
This guy was clearly not a human. Like his teeth were all crazy and his face was disfigured. And they're just like, oh, the commander looks kind of off today.
A war injury.
And like the next day, they're like, oh, he's got this youthful glow again. And also, one of our soldiers is missing. Anybody see where they went? That was real weird too. They said it was written off as an accident or something.
Look, I guess the commander just said, something awful, terrible, awful happened. Accident. He crashed. Plane crashed. Yep, into my mouth.
Into my mouth.
Dude, that crunchy sound effect when they were like, he ate everything, even the bones. Like,
I'm gonna need that isolated for later.
Yeah.
It was not unappetizing. It sounded very crunchy.
It was good stuff. Also weird that Lisa and Georgia Joestar ended up together, but maybe they must have been childhood friends then, since
that was really confusing because they're both brother and sister. I mean, I just
not really though, because she was raised by Straizo though.
Yeah, but they came from the same person.
No.
Lisa, I think her mom just died on the boat. Like her mom was a random nobody.
Oh wait, okay, so Lisa. Okay, now I was so freaking confused. Okay, so now it makes sense now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a random woman had her baby. Was like, don't kill my baby, please. And
she said it like that too. Don't kill my baby.
Elena took the baby that was born into the thing, and then later also birthed George.
Okay, now it makes sense.
Not incest.
Yeah, not. Nope.
Stepbrother.
No.
It's step siblings.
No stepbrother.
Technically legal. The best kind.
Da-da-da-da-da.
It would have been cool to at least have a little bit more about George, because we just plain flat out didn't really know the guy.
Yeah. What was his favorite type of coffee?
Yeah.
We got nothing.
What's his favorite way to wake up in the morning?
Yeah.
How to wake his eggs?
What childhood traumas did he have?
Yeah. I was just be like, what was his dirty numbers?
Oh no.
God. What was George Joestar like at college? Aaron is not around to.
Erina was super fun in this. Like
she was.
She got so much more personality than she got in part one.
Yep.
And she was sort of the foundation, the pillar of the family. That was very cool.
She was the pillar.
Joseph implied that she was banging Speedwagon on the side.
Oh God,
So that was funny.
She was very upset by this. She was very, very upset. I did like that. He's single. You're single. You've been single for a long time, Granny. What's up with that? So good.
And they even specify that he died single at the end.
Yeah.
Poor Speedwagon.
Why was that such an important thing? Was he just not interested? I guess he just wasn't interested. I mean, I'm sure he could have gotten anybody because he was like a super rich oil tycoon or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just kind of lucked upon a crap ton of money, and now we don't have to worry about money, I guess.
You don't even need that much money to, find a gold digger. Am I right?
Am I right or am I? Oh, I actually had thought that Speedwagon himself was in later parts, so I was kind of surprised when it just turns out, and Speedwagon lived to the ripe age of, I think, 84, and then died. I was like, oh, okay.
You hear Speedwagon's name throughout the entire series.
Okay. The Speedwagon Foundation. That's right. He
Yep.
makes the Speedwagon Foundation.
Yeah. The Speedwagon Foundation collaborated with Nazis.
Oh my
By the way.
True, though.
Before you want to support the Speedwagon Foundation.
I mean, I guess it's kind of like that thing where like Volkswagen, made cars for Nazis, but I mean,
True.
It was funny too. Like during the pillar fight, when Speedwagon was just in his wheelchair, I was like, "What's he even doing here? All he can do is sit and talk about what's happening."
Oh, wait. Oh,
He's the narrator.
oh, that's right.
Who's gonna do that in the future parts? Who's gonna be the Speedwagon that talks about what's happening while not really contributing to anything? Well, is that maybe Smokey? I bet you that's Smokey. Bet you Smokey comes back. Smokey was fun.
Smokey was fun.
I kind of wish there was more of him because he's just kind of there at the beginning and the end.
Those cops, though, at the start.
Yo,
Yeah, true.
those cops at the
Yeah, the book.
yeah, like
just
sticking
the
a finger there. I was
most,
like, what the hell?
the most,
gigantic pinky finger or whatever.
most disgusting character designs in. Oh,
I don't know. It did feel slightly out of character for Joseph at that point as we got to know him more, for him to just forgive somebody who took his wallet. Because I kind of feel like,
yeah.
I mean, maybe he hated cops more than he hated people who take his wallet. Like, I'm sure he was very anti-authority.
Mm-hmm.
I liked his hair. His hair was fun. Just going everywhere.
The first member of ACAB. Okay.
Oh, no.
He knows. He knew in the 40s, okay? He knew in the 40s. That's or 30s.
Oh my gosh. Caesar's fight with Meshina. We didn't even like get any of that.
Mm-mm.
It kind of felt like just like a reason to get them out of the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was purely a reason to isolate JoJo and have the AC/DC JoJo fight. And that was really it.
Oh, and like the pinpoint, like JoJo fell onto a spike with his mask just right, so it came off.
Oh, yeah.
Dude had a lot of luck pluck.
A lot of
They said the word plucky like 3 times in this show.
They did say he had pluck and luck.
It's like, God damn it.
Oh, I did like that at the end. He was like, yes, I planned all of it. I stacked the whole deck against you. He's like, that's a total lie, but I wanted to drive him nuts. And now he gets to float in space thinking about, how'd he do that? How did he know?
That actually is really good. Like, what they should have done is been like him trying to think of how JoJo defeated him, and how he could have known is what drove him to his whatever madness.
It did also feel a little bit, though, that since Joseph is such a manipulator, it was kind of tricky to know when he was lying.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
it did feel kind of tricky sometimes to parse what he was even trying to do. And maybe that's part of the show, but you know, I just like when Straitso was holding that woman over the bridge the first time for a bit, I was like, I mean, I can't tell if he's just really a jerk. He wasn't, but he sold it. I halfway believed it for a second.
She's ugly. I wouldn't want to save someone that ugly.
Oh my gosh.
Not an ugly chick.
Dude.
Like, oh boy.
Whatever happened to that girl that like Caesar was with?
Which one?
Oh, he was just a ladies' man. He could just he could just get with whoever he wanted, I think.
Yeah, that's why I was like, which one? I don't know. Like, I remember when he was
The one at the black inky spaghetti.
Oh, I was just about to say the inky spaghetti.
The inky spaghetti,
dude. What do you think that like? How do you feel like that comes out? Like the come all black? Do I even want to keep this in?
It's probably gonna be green.
It's probably.
Oh boy.
You can go back to talking about straight. So if you want.
Now you got me thinking about ink spaghetti bowel movements. So
Yeah, this reminds me of that Angie Whopper that was all black.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that thing.
So that's why I thought about it just come out straight green because that's what happened to me.
Uh-huh. Oh, there you
Yeah,
go.
no, that was like, that's the only thing I know about that Whopper is like everybody was talking about their bowel movements afterwards.
Very
Like,
angry.
that's strange what that Whopper did to me. Don't you ever come back again, Inky Whopper.
This is my nickname in high school.
Inky Whopper?
Yeah.
Yo. My nickname was Lucky Charms, but that was like by a kid who gave everybody food-based nicknames.
Oh, nice.
I think I kind of wished I was Trix, but
Yeah. Oh, Trix is a great name. That's a good nickname, though. Especially with the X at the end.
Tricks are for kids, though.
yeah, Trix, like but with an extra X, but it's silent.
Shit.
Like you don't have to say trick.
You just go Trix.
Trixes. What are multiple tricks? What do you if you have two tricks in your hand? What do you have? Your trixes?
I think it's both a singular and a plural.
Double tricks.
It's like kicks. Kicks and tricks.
I have one kicks. I have many kicks.
Mm-hmm. It's like that. I have one tricks. I have many tricks. Just like JoJo.
Many tricks.
Got him. Oh,
Circle back.
Oh. I should have realized that like the beanie was going to like play a part in the fight.
I don't even remember.
He's like, you just noticed that my beanie was unraveling, didn't you?
Oh, that bit. Yeah.
I've surround you with wool. I kind of want to know the conductivity rules of the hamon.
Why couldn't he just shoot it through all the spikes and call it a day?
That's true. Ooh.
It's best. I think it's best not to delve too deeply into the physics of the matter. Otherwise, all of the hamon physics just start unraveling, much like that beanie.
Ooh. That was good. That felt good in my brain.
It just tickled the right brain part.
I'm here to boop your goop.
Well, that's what we like to see.
but yeah, they would just kind of decide what did and did not conduct it. Oh, this rare South African beetle was 10,000 of them were made into a scarf.
Yeah,
that repels hamon. Or there's this other beetle that attracts it, I guess.
Repelling hamon and attracting hamon.
Does the next part have hamon, or is the next part where the stands sort of start?
This one, the stands come in. Harmon is no more.
I'm looking forward to it.
It's just kind of done. Like they never really come back to it.
It's done. I think they talk about it, but they never really do it.
It feels like hamon has kind of reached its natural endpoint.
Mm-hmm.
Where we're at.
I do get it, but it is. I guess it's just kind of strange that it was such a pillar of this part too.
More pillars.
It was yeah, but it was like foundational to this arc was them talking about, oh, we thought we got rid of all the Hamon people, and Hamon is the only thing that can kill us, and like I guess the world was screwed if Hamon had just kind of died off. I guess they would have just
No kidding.
What was your favorite bubble moment?
Jesus Christ. The razor disc bubbles are probably my favorite.
I was gonna say the razor dicks ones.
I'm just poking you because you nerds think bubbles are cool. That's why I'm asking.
Listen.
The bubble lenses were too much
right.
for me.
I will fight y'all. Bubbles aren't cool.
Are you trying to tell me if someone made a bubble into like a shuriken, it's not cool? That's so cool.
It's not cool. I would use my dying breath to tell them they killed me in the lamest way possible.
Oh
no! Dude totally whiffed it on that fight though. Like
he didn't need to go kick him. Why did he go kick him?
Yeah. That every time he like closed in, I was like, this is where he gets it. Every time he was like, and now I'm going to run at you and finish you with a physical punch or whatever. It's like, you've already got him. You got him.
You got him with lasers. You got him with beams. What are you doing?
Yeah.
You have
just chill out.
Caesar was the biggest dummy.
Yeah.
Tortured backstory, but
Tortured backstory.
He's just a dummy. He was a hooligan. I get it. God, he's stupid.
It's kind of a dumb way to die. And it didn't quite feel like it made sense to his character. It didn't feel like his character would be that stupid, you know? At least, like, it kind of felt almost like he was stronger when we first met him so that it would be a bigger difference between him and JoJo.
Yeah.
But as JoJo got stronger, Caesar got a little bit worse, so JoJo looked better.
Mm-hmm.
He got nerfed. Yeah. Also, the thoughts on him getting crushed by a cross-shaped slab of rock.
Caesar!
Caesar!
Maybe it was a mispronunciation of Jesus.
Yo.
It wasn't, but
Jesus.
Oh. What the hell?
I mean, yeah, like, was there even any symbolism to that? It just kind of...
Seize my sins any day. I don't know.
The blood bubble though, that was metal.
Blood
bubble. Some of the text. Okay.
Yeah.
So all right,
wait. But you said you. But you said.
Someone attacks me with blood bubbles. I'm telling them they're metal. Okay. You use soap bubbles. You're a nerd. You make bubbles from your own blood. That is metal.
I coat myself in slime so I can make a bubble whenever I want.
I'm like a bubbly snail or a slug.
Whereas
I make squeaking noises when I hug friends. Come in for a big old affectionate hug.
Oh my god!
Maybe rinse yourself off now.
Fuck.
Rinse yourself off.
My balance is really good because there's soap underneath my feet. All my clothes, I can't wash them. It just causes my washing machine to overflow. This is not a good scene.
It's too
You put hand soap in the washing machine, it doesn't work anymore.
Fuck. There are so many parts of that series that you could just stop and think to yourself, Caesar is covered in soap in this exact moment.
When he's kissing the girl.
Yeah.
He's like holding her close, and she's like, "This guy is so slimy. What the heck is that?"
I feel like I'm about to slip out of his hands.
And I have a pigeon in my mouth. This day just keeps getting worse. How big's her mouth? That was a big pigeon. That pigeon was huge. And I bet it pooped in her mouth and everything.
Oh, God. Why did it go back to the poop?
Fucking
I'm
Caesar.
sorry.
Keep him away. But yeah, like blood bubbles. It's just like you could use like a blood bank as like a plot MacGuffin. Like we end up at the blood bank and Caesar just creates the ultimate blood bubble. How cool would that be?
It did kind of feel like Caesar was a little bit of a presence after his death, and I thought that was cool. I liked the bit where the hammer got caught on Joseph's ring that he had, and he wasn't going to take the antidote yet. And so it got caught. Like, it helped him that he was true to his word and didn't take the antidote yet because he hadn't earned it. And it was also like Caesar's gift to him. So like Caesar in a way kind of helped him there.
Even with his headband.
Wamu's sucking all the Hamon bandana energy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he lit it on fire. Yeah.
He lit on fire.
Real good.
I really liked the chariot race though. That was great.
That was a really good fight.
I liked when Wamu did the Joseph thing to him where he said, "Next you're going to say this, JoJo." That was good. That was a good one. That was a good bit. And you're like, oh shit.
It makes you think that should have been the final fight.
It should have been. Fuck Cars. Cars is lame. I did like when he rained piranhas down on the plane though. That was pretty good.
Yeah, that was.
Oh yeah, like
that was pretty sick.
And like the killer squirrel kind of felt like that rabbit from Monty Python.
That felt like that was a trip. Like that when he first became the ultimate being was just a fucking trip.
It's like, I could turn my hand into a flower now.
I love how they were telling the other squirrel to get away from that squirrel.
Yeah. Get away from that squirrel! Squirrel,
and now
no!
it's the squirrel. That squirrel's making that other squirrel real horny. Look out. Look out, other squirrel.
Yo.
Yeah.
The little hearts around the girl squirrel or I don't know. Which one was girl, which one boy? Maybe they're both.
Oh,
the
I think the
boy
hand
and
squirrel.
girl.
Hand squirrel's supposed to be the girl. Naturally.
Look out. Look out, girl squirrel. It's not a real squirrel. It's a sussy squirrel.
It's a sussy squirrel. Among Us.
Squirrel is sus.
It's an imposter.
It's an imposter squirrel. Yo.
Fuck.
Like I did feel like it was kind of stupid, the way that it all happened, where like he fell to the ground and apparently he had the stone and the mask on him and nobody sees him put it on. And then they're like, no, don't turn on the lights. Boom. And they flick the light switch. Oh, crap.
Oh, darn it. Jeez.
Gee whiz.
Kind of funky that fluorescent lighting counts as sunlight.
Oh, it's UV light, though.
I mean, those guys would be just totally screwed in the modern day, wouldn't they? Like, every building has lights in it. They would have to be like living in a cabin out in the woods or something.
You know, they wouldn't be. They'd probably like that. Carr seems like the kind of woodsy type.
Yeah, he's the type of guy that would sit, in a chair by the campfire.
Yep.
Like, he couldn't even like walk down the street with like some street lamps or whatever by those rules.
Oh God,
dang.
I did think the sort of anti-vampire headlight suits were a fun idea, and it made a lot of sense with what we knew.
They're pretty good.
Although, why wasn't that an issue for Santana?
Maybe they didn't have the technology yet. But
there were lights weren't there lights in that lab?
Probably not UV lights though.
Yeah, they're probably just regular lights.
Incandescent bulbs. Incandescent bulbs.
Why did they not have like a ceiling that could open up?
Maybe they didn't think they'd ever need that.
Yeah,
I guess.
How many secret Nazi occult laboratories do you know of that have silo top openings?
I'm pretty sure the one in Wolfenstein 3D, because it had a missile.
How many
in it.
real Nazi research facilities?
I don't know any real ones.
Exactly. That's the whole point.
Oh man, but him just like breaking his bones and just like sliding through the vent like a credit card.
That was really
His stupid
That was
face,
some body
like
horror shit. That fucking got me. It was gnarly.
Oh, speaking of like the fingernails. Like the fingernails flicking open up, and he's like, "I'm gonna
like
inject
it.
you with my veiny."
I don't like you talking about stuff like that. I don't like it.
I'm sorry.
I don't like it.
Is that a button for you, Muffin?
Nails, fingernails are my trigger.
So then, how did you feel about that scene right there?
I was eating lunch during it, and then I had to stop.
No.
Yep.
Yeah, they were just like on hinges or something. I just really liked the style of this one a whole lot. I thought it was a lot more fun and even more goofy, because Jonathan was so straight-laced that he kind of brought the goofiness down just by existing. Like, absurd things were happening to him, but he wasn't all that absurd of a person, I guess. But Joseph,
He played it so straight.
yeah, but Joseph is just like this super trickster, and like what the part where was it Wamu was like looking forward and he looks back, he looks forward again.
Yeah.
It's like, must have been my imagination. Could have sworn. It's like, oh, and he's a few feet forward. That's weird.
Oh, that bit. Yeah.
Don't know why that happened. Like, he didn't even like notice that the body was moving. Yeah, sure. All right. That's about I'd say I've said about everything I've got to say.
Hero, you got anything more?
No, you got everything was no fingernails and all.
Ugh.
So do we want to do Muffin last? Because it sounds like
it's gonna be a hot take.
Sounds like it's the bombshell of the century here.
Bombshell of the century. It might be. I'm sorry.
Oh, want me to give my dirty numbers first?
Yeah, go with the dirty numbers. It's time to get smelly.
All right, it's time to be a little smelly
black,
here.
Squiddy, inky numbers.
But so I didn't realize that the German soldiers were Nazis. I don't know. I didn't put everything all together, but you guys kind of made me realize that they were. So now
that's okay.
So now I'm just like, well, shit. I kind of like it. This is one of my favorite, like, this was one of my favorite arcs, and now it's just like makes you feel a sort of way now. But I mean, to give it a dirty number, I mean, the OP slapped. JoJo was a good character. I would give it an 8.5 for a dirty number.
Personally, I really loved this arc. The Nazi stuff does leave a kind of weird taste on like thinking about it afterwards, that they're even there. It doesn't quite feel like they added that much by their existence. But I don't necessarily feel like their inclusion offends me. Like I'm all right with Stroheim, but he's not a real person. So, like, you know?
Nazi Terminator does not exist. He is not real. He cannot hurt you.
He cannot hurt you.
But, I mean, at the same time, in like 38/39, things were like heating up, but they weren't necessarily committing atrocities just yet.
Oh my God.
Well, they weren't in the full swing of it. Aside from that, I loved the style. I loved the music. I loved the colors. I loved the way they dressed. I loved the sort of bro relationship between Caesar and Joseph. I really felt it when Caesar died, and I was rooting so hard for Joseph. I just really thought he was so fun. So I think for like the pacing, and I would say mainly the pacing is what brings it down for me. I would put it at 9.5 though.
Wow.
I wouldn't say it's perfect, but it is so close. I really, really liked this one. Your turn, Muffin.
I'm gonna say I enjoyed this discussion of it more than watching it.
Wow. Really? Yowza. Mm-hmm. Dang. That was like me for Attack on Titan.
here's what happened to me. I'm into it. I was into it, and then like I kind of got to the point where when Stroheim came back and was like a good guy, I was like, it was fine. Like I could deal with it. And then it was just kind of all came to me, and it was just wore on me over time. It was like, I'm like, wait, am I not enjoying? I feel like I should be enjoying this more than I am. And then the more time went on, that question just echoed around inside my empty head. And I went, we got to the Wamu fight with Caesar, and that was like the moment when I was like, do I not like this? Am I not liking this at all? Like there are things that are like I like talking about the wild shit with you, and theorizing about other wild shit that it implies, but like in the moment and experiencing it as the show, I'm like, it took so long to get to where it needed to get to, mixed with the I had a real hard time with the pacing of it, especially with the excessive like narration that started happening near the part when I was having my crisis moment. And then I started thinking about, when JoJo was talking about how, Wamu had the warrior spirit. And I started thinking about how at the start of the arc, he said the same thing about Stroheim. And I'm like, oh no, I don't like the themes either. I gotta find something to like other than the wild shit that I was already expecting. And I had a hard time finding anything. So, I came in here prepared to drop a real low number. We're going to raise that number up a bit. I still watching the show itself. Like I said, the discussion we've had here, 10 out of 10. Big fan. I had far more enjoyment in the last hour and a half that we've been recording than I did over watching the show. I'm gonna give it a 4.
Wow, that's a low number.
Yeah, lowest one so far.
Yeah.
Dang.
It's okay. You're allowed. Here's the thing, though. Everybody's allowed to like it. Just because I don't like it doesn't mean y'all aren't allowed to like it.
Well, no, I hate it now.
You better.
I hate it because Time Muffin hates it.
I think it really kind of shows our taste, though. Like, I just love totally out there goofy wacky stuff. Hero likes the fights, and Muffin likes to feel things.
I like. You're not wrong, actually. I do like feeling things. All the shows I watched this season were the ones that made me feel things, I'm realizing now.
Quick aside, do you hear about Odd Taxi?
I did. Yo, there's going to be an Odd Taxi movie coming out next year. Let's go.
You finally got your excuse.
Let's fucking go. Do I want to keep the meme going though? That's the question.
I think we should do an Odd Taxi episode when the movie comes out. I think that'd be great.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
We should.
April, check it.
And also, like, you mentioned that you like the pacing was a big issue for you. I think they actually did sort of make a trimmed down version of the arcs. Yeah, like I even saw it on I use Verve. It's on Verve at least, but I think they had like it in halves, and I think it was like about 2 hours per half, so like 4 hours total, but compared to the original, that's much shorter. So
okay, I might give it another shot because like a lot of the, like I said, it was a lot of the explanation stuff. And like in the last episode, they spent half the episode talking about the backstory of the Pillar People. And it's just like, I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore about these things. And that was at the point when I was over it. It's like, let's end this. Let's wrap this up. But I might have to give the abridged version a shot and see if that helps my pacing issues that I have with it. But yeah. It's okay, Hero. We're just in a blood feud now. Now that we're on...
It's okay.
And now Time Muffin is going to say, it's time for the outro.
It's time for the outro.
Whoa!
The hero's gonna say, I gotta go get rid of my inky spaghetti.
Well, I have to go get rid of my inky spaghetti.
Whoa!
How true that is, though, it's unbelievable.
Calls it his inky spaghetti.
and Shark is going to say this was pretty fly for a
This
senpai.
was pretty fly for a senpai. Whoa! Oh, that spaghetti though really goes right through you. It's the ink. It's all slippery. It's covered in soap. It's the ink. There's soap in my mouth.
So many tastes, so many things coming out of the bite.
Cleanliness makes me feel so filthy. I'm so clean, but I'm so unclean. Time up and crying. What a sensitive man.
What a sensitive man. He likes the feels.